गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट। आज से हम सभी लोग जो है यूनिट नंबर 4 पढ़ेंगे और आप सभी लोग सबसे पहले अपना कॉपी और पेन साथ में रखेंगे और साथ साथ में जो है आप नोट्स भी बनाते चलेंगे। बी सिंसियर एंड द फर्स्ट टॉपिक ऑफ यूनिट नंबर 4 इज़ वाटर एनालिसिस. Now we will start to study about the water analysis. There are two words are given in water analysis. First is the water and second one is the analysis. The meaning of water, it is the universal compound. The formula of water is H2O. And the meaning of analysis, do you know? Meaning of analysis is to divide, to study anything by dividing into small parts. Now we will study about the water. As you know that water is very important or essential compound on earth, on for human beings as well as for others. So guys, now we will start. The first question, what is hardness? Describe different types of hardness. यानी कठोरता क्या है, विभिन्न प्रकार की कठोरताओं का वर्णन कीजिए. सेकेंड क्वेश्चन इस तरीके से भी आ सकता है, विच आयंस आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द हार्डनेस ऑफ वाटर. यानी वाटर की कठोरता के लिए, जल की हार्डनेस के लिए कौन से आयन रिस्पॉन्सिबल होते हैं. तो हम लोग स्टार्ट करते हैं हार्डनेस ऑफ वाटर. Hardness of water. If we talk about the hardness, so water is found in our universe. There are two types of water. First one is hard water and second one is soft water. In general way or in domestic way, how can we judge the particular water sample is hard or soft? So in domestic way, if we dissolve soap in hard water, then the leather formation does not takes place easily, and when we dissolve the soap in soft water, then the leather formation takes place easily. The question is arises here that what are contaminants are present in hard water which oppose to the formation of which oppose in the formation of leather in water. So if we talk about the hard water, there are presence of different type of ions like ions or metal like calcium ion, magnesium ion, aluminium ion, zinc, nickel or other metals ion may also be present. So we can say if any water sample contains these types of ions or heavy metals, so this water sample is hard water. So why these type of water oppose leather formation? So if we talk about the soap is a sodium salt of heavy fatty acid like oleic acid, palmitic acid and stearic acid. When they dissolved in the water, due to the presence of the calcium and magnesiums are present of the calciums and magnesiums ions in the water, they react with the calcium and magnesium. You can see by the equation here we consider the stearic acetate C17H35COONA. If we consider two molecule of stearic sodium stearate, when it react with calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, aluminum chloride, zinc chloride or any chloride, sulfate, nitrate, then it reacts with the sodium stearate, palmitic stearate and other fatty acids. Then it gives C17 S35 COO का whole twice Ca. It gives calcium stearate which is insoluble in water. So when we dissolve the soap in any hard water, then it react the calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, nickel, etc. and form an insoluble compound like calcium stearate, magnesium stearate, etc. and here sodium react with the chlorine and give the two molecules of salt also. So by this reaction you can understand why any hard water sample oppose to make the leather formation, or why any water sample does not makes leather easily. So write the heading from here, hardness of water, and write the definition. The soap consuming capacity is defined as the hardness of any water sample, and you can also write the equation by this equation, and just like you can also write the sodium stearate react with the calcium chloride, sodium stearate react with the magnesium chloride, sodium stearate react with the aluminum chloride, and by this process, and you can get every time an insoluble compound and other salt due to which is oppose the formation of leather in any compound. Now another heading is here, that types of hardness. If we talk about the types of hardness, before we are going to discuss about the types of hardness, we study about the soft water. Soft water is that water in which leather formation takes place easily. That's mean when we dissolve any soap, generally when you wash our clothes in your house, then if water is good, I mean it is coming from groundwater, so or the water, if the water is warm, then when we dissolve the surf in the water, then you found that the formation of leather takes place easily. But when you will go to in the near the pond, or you will come the water from the pond, and when you will dissolve the surf, then the surf will not dissolve easily and leather formation does not takes place easily. And here now I will discuss the types of hardness. There are two types of hardness is present in any water sample. The first heading you will write temporary hardness. Every students are informed the please make the notes with us. And the first heading is temporary hardness. So what is the temporary hardness? As you know, if any water sample is hard, so it will contain these types of iron or metals in the water. So temporary hardness, when these types of iron just like calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc and nickel combined with the bicarbonate SCO3 minus, then the water sample is called the water sample having the temporary hardness. For example, if calcium combined with the bicarbonate, then it form the calcium bicarbonate. If it will combine with the magnesium, it will form the magnesium. The question is arises here that why this type of hardness is called the temporary hardness. You can see by the reaction also, because this type of hardness can be removed temporary, because this type of hardness can be removed by the simple process. This is called the boiling. As you can do in you can soft this type of hardness can be soft in the house also. And आप लोग जैसा कि देखते भी हैं कि जब हम लोग कभी बीमार पड़ते हैं, डॉक्टर एडवाइस करता है कि आप पानी उबाल के पियो। जैसे ही आप पानी को बॉयल करते हो, बॉयल करने के बाद यू सी दैट द सम कंटामिनेंट्स आर सेटल डाउन इन द bottom of the pot. So these compounds, what are these compounds? Then you can see from the equation, when the calcium bicarbonate and magnesium bicarbonates are boiled or heated in the water, then these bicarbonates converted into the calcium carbonate and settle down in the compound which you see in the bottom of the water. The compound is the calcium carbonate. In Hindi it is also called the chuna pathar or limestone, and it is also gives the water and which also present in the pot, and the CO2 which will be removed by the process of heat. So you are seeing from the equation that the calcium bicarbonate can be removed by the process of heating, because calcium carbonate will be settled down and water will be also come and CO2 will be removed, and thus you can separate out by the simple process in domestic way calcium carbonate from the water. And so it is called the temporary hardness. So write the definition for the temporary hardness: the hardness which can be removed easily or domestic way, that hardness is called temporary hardness. And now you should write the equation like that, and same way you can also write the equation for the magnesium carbonate when it is heated and it gives the magnesium carbonate. It is a salt. It is also settled down in the water, and H2 also, and CO2 removed by the process of heating. So it is overall about the temporary hardness. If the question comes in your exam, then you can simply explain the hardness which can be removed by the simple process or in domestic way is called the temporary hardness. It is due to the presence of the calcium bicarbonate or magnesium bicarbonate or aluminum or other heavy metals present in any hard water sample. And you can also write the equation, and by the equation you can also now I will discuss the permanent hardness. What is the permanent hardness? Permanent hardness, the word is permanent also suggests that what is the meaning of the permanent hardness. Yani this type of hardness cannot be removed by the simple process like the boiling, just like we are seeing from the temporary hardness. Permanent hardness is that type of hardness which cannot be removed easily by the simple process of the boiling. So how we can remove it? To removing by this type of hardness we required by many chemical processes like lime soda process, ion exchange processes, etc., zeolite process. So which contaminants are responsible for the permanent hardness of, as you know that for the hardness of water sample, if any water sample is hard, then calcium and magnesium, aluminum, zinc, nickel or other metals or ions of these metals are also present. When these ions, calcium, magnesium, aluminum, zinc, nickel, combined with the chloride, nitrate, sulfate present in any water sample, then they forms calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate. To the presence of the chloride, sulfate and nitrate of any metals in any water sample, makes the water sample having the permanent hardness. So we can simple say that the water sample in which the chloride, sulfate and nitrate of different ions are present, which cannot be removed by the simple process, this water sample have the permanent hardness. So here we have study about the what is the hardness of water sample and which ions are responsible for the hardness of it. Simply you will write the calcium, magnesium, aluminum, zinc and nickel ions are responsible are for the hardness of water sample. And what is the hardness? Hardness is due to the presence of the different types of contaminants in water like calcium, magnesium, aluminum, zinc, and the soap consuming capacity is defined as the hardness of water sample. And just you can show by these types of equation. And thank you class, and next video we will study about the units of units of hardness. Thank you.